At the corner of Lumiose City, there's a strange mysterious blue light that appears. It flashes on and off. Rumors say that Arceus is actually inside this light as a spirit, or it could just be a visual glitch. There's also another blue light in the Lumiose sewers. In a different area near the Prism Tower, there appears to be a flashing red light, but this time it's blinking in short bursts. It looks like the Pokemon are partying at night. And since the Ghost Girl is one of the most famous Easter eggs in Pokemon X and Y, I was wondering where she was located, and it appears that she is located at a random building near Hotel Rishizim. But something crazy is that the same Ghost Girl appears in Pokemon ZA at the same part of the map where she was on X and Y. She is also in charge of a side mission, so her placement here wasn't a coincidence. Another thing about the Ghost Girl is that, with all the benches in the entire Lumiose station, she's the only one sitting there, but there's a deeper meaning behind that. In the old Lumiose station, that same area had a secret message saying, "I'm going to go for help, wait in the usual place." We don't even know who said that or the motives, but it is heavily implied that it is the Ghost Girl. But now, in this present day, she's returned back to Lumiose. Going to one of the side missions, a movie director needed a Carvanha for a thriller film. It might have been a reference to the video game Menace of the Deep, as that's what the mission is called. But Carvanha didn't want to attack the trainers since it was shy, so it's not as menacing as the other sea creature. Another mission by the seashore makes the trainer fight multiple Binnacle, but at the beginning, the person says, "Look at all those Binnacle." It's a direct reference to the "look at all those chickens" meme. An old couple says people always gather in plazas, which is ironic because every plaza becomes a wild zone later. And there's a kid whose Pokemon bites his butt when it loses. If that Pokemon bit somewhere else, then that kid would be over. A police officer's Pokemon literally has Crook in its name. He even says that's his favorite Pokemon, which is so ironic. And this location is very detailed but can't be entered or interacted with. And the logo is a direct reference to La Poste, which is France's national mail company. An elderly man mentions that Lumiose Press is closing down, but a woman reassures him that the editors are still working, just at a nearby cafe. That could possibly mean Team Flare is working with the newspapers. And even in Pokemon X and Y, Malva was controlling the whole media, because she was the news reporter. The truth is though, the head of the Lumiose Press is never seen at the desk ever in the games. One of the workers says that she went into the mountains in search of Volcanion. So if a player enters their office on the birthday with a Volcanion in their party, the head of the Lumiose Press is actually seen. She's surprised that the player has a Pokemon, which she searched for 15 years. Another NPC wants super training back in Lumiose City, which were these little mini games that raised Pokemon EVs. Imagine if Lumiose City had gyms. These gyms would be places where Pokemon could train and become stronger in their stats. It would have been cool if they just put that in. But going back all the way to the first ever Pokemon game, they carried out the tradition of Safari Zones. Someone says that they feel like we're all living in a Safari Zone lately, which is pretty true. Only if we had Safari Balls, then it would just turn into a Safari Zone. The Power of Science's amazing guy returns as always, usually found near Pokemon Labs. Vinny using a Mega Drampa is fitting because Drampa protected bullied kids. I don't think this is confirmed, but he might be from the Lola region, possibly being Hao's dad. And Hao once mentioned in the games that his dad was a powerful trainer who was traveling abroad. Vinny is probably the one who planted the palm trees outside Quasarzico. Someone also actually came from the Paldea region. They saw sculptures from an artist, which was Brassius. He was one of the gym leaders. And this guy, even if his whole vendor is just filled with flowers, he is the person that collected 1,000 coins in Paldea, so I assume that he must have a golden goal then. Although there were lots of Galar references in Pokemon ZA, there's plenty of Unova references as well. A guy mentioned that the multi-trains in Pokemon Black and White are running again. This is further confirmation that Ingo has returned to his original time to reunite with his brother Emmett. And Castelia cones are also brought up. Vanillite, be careful, they're gonna turn you into ice cream. And Tierno, who is Lita's brother, is said to be bringing lots of attention to himself in Unova. Even the promotion match at rank W features the 3 elemental monkeys, which is the direct reference to the first gym battle in Pokemon Black and White. And it was also in the restaurant too, their outfits kind of match. Although there was an exhibit in Lumiose Museum that showed the first Megastone and the Keystone, Rayquaza is known to Mega Evolve without the need for these, and an NPC on North Boulevard references this. He says that the first Mega Evolution actually happened in Hoenn, so it's very interesting. As we know, if we win the ZA Royale, we get to be granted a wish of our own choice. but wish granting is deeply tied to Mega Evolution in the lore. Mega stones appear as meteorites, which are falling stars, literally like wishing stars. This is especially true in Hoenn, which was a region constantly struck by meteorites, and it tied into the lore of Rayquaza and the Draconids. It was Mega Rayquaza that people wished to awaken. So Mega Evolution and wishes are heavily intertwined. Going back to the museum, there's a painting of Laver City's gym which has a dollhouse inside, and the new painting in Lumiose Museum looks more like a movie, something Alice in Wonderland would do. We also have a painting of the Parfum Palace. They still kept the same statue of Golurk, which it looks very cool. And there used to be a Reshiram statue here deep in the palace if you went further. Ever wonder what the Spirit Pillar would have looked like if it was completed? There's actually a very neat painting of it shown in the museum. It's very hard and small to see, but Wyrdeer and Kleavor are the fake statues. Between the statues of Dialga and Palkia, there are detailed hieroglyphs featuring every legendary and regional form from Pokemon Legends Arceus. These same exact carvings were all seen throughout the game. There's even a statue of Weezing outside the Rust Syndicate, and that's exactly like the Galarian Weezing, which was outside the Galaxy headquarters in Pokemon Arceus. The bottom of the lampshades at Hotel Z are all shaped to be Floette's tail. It's a little cute detail. Naveen has a possible relation to Cyrano, who is the Blueberry Academy director, and he also wears the scarf pattern like a Honedge blade, and there's also a tie with Aegislash. There could be a family connection possible here. And there's a Clefairy vs Jigglypuff symmetry that has always been going around for so long. They both gained fairy typing together, and they both evolved through the Moonstone. They even got their baby forms in Gen 2, but now in Scarlet and Violet, Jigglypuff got a Screamtail, which is the Paradox form, and Clefairy meanwhile just got nothing. Until now, which is Mega Clefable, and that completely mirrors their evolution paths. They're like very tightly knit siblings. Getting to be able to have Shiny Mareep free was very nice, as it's a little reference to Pokemon Legends Arceus, where you get a guaranteed Shiny Ponyta. And there's a side mission in Wild Zone 12 where Frostlass appears and brings you to the rooftop, but it vanishes and leaves behind the Dawnstone. The mission says that it was unfinished business, so I assume that Frostlass was from the same quest from the Rogue Mega Evolution, and it's giving us a gift as a thanks for calming the Rogue Mega Evolution down. In another side mission, a director was making a kaiju film. He needed a Tyrantrum for an important scene, but it would have been more fitting to put Tyranitar instead, given that Tyranitar looks way more like a kaiju and Tyrantrum is just a dinosaur. This girl's outfit actually cost 200 big nuggets, which is crazy. I mean, we saw this in Pokemon X and Y, with way more colors and with way more flow to it. Honestly, like the old Furisode way better than the current one in ZA. Each big nugget is 10,000 Pokédollars. That total would be $200,000. Mega Starmie now has legs, and the creepy thing is that the Pokédex says that it's trying to be more human. It ties to Deoxy's theory where it was a humanoid alien with a core similar to Staryu and Starmie. Just imagine if all the Mega Starmies just took over the whole Lumiose City. That would just be crazy. And Mega Pyroar has the Japanese letter for Blaze in its mane. One of the first things you saw in Lumiose was the giant Roam satellite dish. Roam technology has appeared everywhere in recent years, and the Rotom Dex was designed by none other than Clemont, which is the Lumiose City gym leader at the time. And speaking of Clemont, they were actually mentioned by some NPC near Wild Zone 5. He says that the siblings who used to rule the Prism Tower were really close. I think maybe Bonnie could be Canary's sister or something, since she was the Quizmaster as well, and the gym at the time was used to hold Pokemon battles and quizzes at the same time. If you jump off the roof after the Rust Syndicate had built a human ladder, Corbeau will actually get angry. But repeatedly doing this will create new funny dialogue from him. And some of the Rust Syndicate members actually enjoy it. So that is every single Easter egg and secrets in Pokemon Legends ZA. Thank you so much for watching, like and subscribe for more Pokemon ZA videos, and I'll see you in the next one.